for your boy, just give me 5 minutes. I'll be in and out sick, they won't see me no witness. I'm a stick up kid, regret some things I did. Can't be kind-hearted, it's just a life we live. I had a friend one time and we'd always rhyme rhymes. Got a demon in our mind, we committing a crime. So I started doing work, got me watching the house. When the father goes to work, she got a dick in the mouth. So the neighbor look a go, we got one hell of a talking. We're going inside once he leaves the apartment. Just grab all that you can, got the burner in your hand. I destroyed the house, took the blade in the couch. We got everything in a big brown bag. Don't you ever say a word or I'll leave your toe tagged. What Vito Banks told me, I don't think he a phony. We split 30 grand, he took the cubic zirconia. Everybody wonder how your boy coming up. I got that underground sound, got the bombs in the truck, got the pounds, got the diamonds in my ring. That's what's up. I go and see my mother, leave the money on the counter. I love you, that's what giving me a good life. Sorry I don't do.
What up, y'all? This is Mike P from Zug Island.
Yo, it's just music. Love my boy LB. Forever.
Yo, it's just music, bitch.
It's Lil Busy, aka Lil Busy TV, man.
Yo, this is Hurricane.
What's up? This is MC Lars. You're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Hi, it's Scarlett. It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Yo, what up? It's T-Lo.
What's up? You listening to the best radio station in the planet, the best podcast in the planet.
Y'all know who y'all rocking with, man. It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT, my nigga. SicKKoENT.com.
This is Nick Gibbs from the 316, and you're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Hey, this is Shay for the Dark Lord.
What's up? I'm 6Digit. You're watching It's Just Music on a Signature Series network.
Yo, this is Montel, and you're watching This Is Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Hope you have a good time. Enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, we'll probably run it through and bust your ass. You know, whatever.
Forgot what the fuck else I was supposed to say.
Toledo, that's the holy grail. Me and money like Oprah, Gail. You get a verse, you get a verse. Hell, everybody get a verse under your chair. Run and pick it up, I just put it right there. Catch me outside, Dr. Phil. The meds don't kill you, the doctor will. How about that when I hop out real? They're screaming, oh no, no, Mr. Bill. It's just a life we live, it's just a life we live.
Alright, sickos, Zuka here. Time to cut the bullshit. It's time for It's Just Music with LB Sickning. Now I know something technical's gonna go wrong during this video. Just about every episode has a fuck up. And if you can catch it, write it down in the comments. Enjoy the show. Whoop whoop!
What up, y'all? LB Sickning making another video for my sickos, and today I got a guest with me again.
Hi, I'm Lady Mistress, aka Mistress of Mayhem.
We're gonna check out this metal band today. Also a documentarian and a troll. That's what we call him.
A troll?
Well, he fucks with Cyrax.
Oh, Cyrax, the night's still deep. The lessons learned will make us weep. In every swing, in every cry, may we find the strength, and that's just why. Oh, Cyrax, why'd you swing that bat?
Why did you guys try to help me when I scream for help? I don't know.
When you scream for help.
What's up, y'all? This is Cyrax from SicKKo Entertainment with LB Sickning. Here, live with the one and only SicKKo.
Okay, so is he exclusively Cyrax's troll?
No. Actually, there's other people that he trolls. Would you like to learn about that?
I would.
So you want to check that stuff out before the music. Okay, I'll show you one of his videos. We're only going to show a segment of it in this episode. Make sure you go to his channel when you're done watching this and watch this whole video.
Larson, known to the world as Danderson, Mr. President, or the infamous Zoomer Christian, was born on November 15th, 1998. At just 26 years old, he has carved out a notorious niche on the internet as a mentally ill personality and convicted criminal. Claiming to be a singer, songwriter, fashion model, and even the President of the United States, Daniel's delusions reach new heights with his conviction that he is engaged to a former America's Got Talent star, Grace VanderWaal. Daniel's journey into the social media spotlight began in 2020 when he amassed a sizable following due to his eccentric content, strikingly unconventional appearance, and absolutely erratic behavior. As his fame grew, so did the fascination of internet trolls who saw him in a blank canvas for their misguided artistry. They sought to exploit Daniel's gullibility, which, much like those who had famously trolled controversial figures before him, many masqueraded as record label managers, luring Daniel into believing he was on the brink of stardom. Unfortunately though, Daniel repeatedly fell for their ruses, unwittingly fueling his delusions of grandeur. With every new quote-unquote manager he encountered, he found himself performing increasingly degrading acts and spouting embarrassing lines on camera. The relentless trolling only deepened his paranoia, sending him spiraling further into a world of confusion and despair. In his mind, Daniel is a global phenomenon, a celebrity known by absolutely billions across the globe. Yet, most of his adult life has been spent homeless, disconnected from the reality that most celebrities navigate. Despite this, he has produced 3 songs to date: Roaring Thunder, Something More, and Merry-Go-Round. Ironically, it's not his music that draws attention, but the chaotic meltdowns displayed in his TikTok videos, which seem to ignite a morbid curiosity among viewers. Several mental disorders, including confirmed autism, bipolar disorder, PTSD, and schizophrenia, profoundly shaped Daniel's life. These challenges complicated his day-to-day existence growing up, compounded by his refusal to seek help. While he received some treatment in early life, those interventions ceased as he transitioned into adulthood. Over the years, Daniel's antics have led to numerous TikTok and YouTube accounts, most of which have been banned for various astonishing reasons. One of the most infamous episodes involved him being prohibited from TikTok for, exposing himself during a live stream. He pulled a good old Cyrax, if you will. Other offenses include interactions filled with violence, racial slurs, and outrageous comments directed at others, including his elderly mentor, Bob. From 2021 onward, Daniel's life descended into chaos. He drifted from shelter to shelter, battled scabies, relentlessly posted about Grace Vanderval, and made headlines for threats as well as violent outbursts. His struggles even landed him institutionalized for some time, culminating in repeated arrest. The internet has never seen a figure quite like Daniel Larson. His story, echoing the sentiment of same shit, different day, is a disturbing tapestry woven with severe mental illness, reckless gullibility, and a desperate desire for validation. Despite the myriad of attempts by well-meaning individuals to intervene, he shows no signs of halting his self-destructive behavior. Ultimately, Daniel's tale serves as a cautionary narrative: the perils of unchecked mental illness, the fragility of human dignity, and the darker side of online fame. His life remains a stark reminder of how to not navigate the web and the real world. Now, let's rewind to where it all began. This is aptly known as the Classic Era. This phase kicked off in March of 2020 with the birth of Daniel's now infamous TikTok account @DanielLarson'sFans. This is not his first account, far from it, but this seems to be the first one that gained real traction.
So what do you think about that video?
Well, knowing what I know now, okay.
Right, so that's the kind of stuff this guy does.
Okay.
Calls people out on their bullshit. Because as you saw, he goes in hard.
Yeah. And Boy Blues Juggalo-ism has always been in question, so I'm interested to hear that.
Right. You're going to like what he said. So let's check out this first track. Hit that ball real quick.
Yeah. Said there'd be crowds here, man.
Oh, you thought I said crowds? Nah, man, I said cows. Go! Wait till I tell my neighbor about this. This goat's gonna lose his shit.
This shit's badass.
That was a fucking dope track, dude. New fan.
New fan, huh?
Yeah. For
fan
sure.
girl, huh?
For sure. Like,
are you going to get tattoos and and fucking start dressing like they do and wearing t-shirts and
I kind of already do that.
like trying to fuck one of the band members?
No, I'm not a groupie. Look at me like that.
Let's get into some of this interview.
Here we go.
All right, shit. I'll start this real quick.
What do you want me to call you? You want me to call you Robbie?
Robbie, Swamp Dweller, what are you gonna call me? I'm not hiding like Chance over here, so whatever you want to call me works for me.
All right. What up, man? This is It's Just Music podcast, man. Welcome. Check this out. I just made some dope ass hot sauce that you can get it. Check it.
Oh hell yeah! I make my own hot sauce too. That's sick. Fuck yeah. Wish I had some with me. I wish I had it off too. Hell yeah, that's sick, dude. You make those yourself, or you got like a third party?
I have Sticker Mule help me out, but go ahead and introduce yourself. I want you to do that two ways though, because you have two different channels, right? You got your band channel and you got your Fun with Cyrax. We'll call it that for now, right? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm Swamp Dweller. I don't normally do these types of things, but I've got a YouTube channel. I've got about 330,000 subscribers. We do like true crime, scary stories, stuff like that. And I got the Swamp Dweller live channel where we make fun of Cyrax and Daniel Larson and other PDFs online.
Yeah.
I also have a band called Burn Absolute where we tour across the country. We play metalcore music, hardcore music, stuff like that. It's kind of like the perfect, funny, like most ironic thing ever, because like, Cyrax wants to pretend like he's this big metalcore artist. He's touring all over the world and all that. And like one day somebody randomly was like, "Hey, this guy is literally using your song on stream." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And that's how I ended up here. So so my whole goal right now is just to bring Cyrax to justice. Tour around playing my music and just have a good time doing it all around. But my name's Swamp Dweller, Robbie, whatever you want to call me, I don't really care.
Facts. That's the whole reason I interviewed him too. Is I believe that a lot of people say that he needs to just get off the internet and go away. I don't believe that that's true. I think he needs to have eyes on him.
100%, yeah.
And I appreciate what you do. I like your channel. I haven't checked out too much of your music yet. I've played like 3 songs. You're dope. Go ahead and what inspired you to start the Swamp Dweller channel?
Oh man, Swamp Dweller in general, it was kind of like a random thing. This is all the way back in like 2017. I've always been into like Animal Planet's documentaries about like cryptids and stuff and like the paranormal and stuff. So that's kind of how this all started. It was like scary stuff, true crime, ghost, cryptids, all that. And I started off interviewing people from Animal Planet series. What was I called at this point? Monster Quest, excuse me. So I interviewed a lot of people from Monster Quest, Vic Cunningham from Dogman Encounters, Linda Godfrey, R.I.P. to her. She recently passed away from all her books and whatnot. So like I was really big into like all that stuff when I started. And I've always been somebody who's had all these interests all over the place. So I've always been in metal bands. I've always been, in the paranormal world, the scary world and all that stuff. And I always want to do commentary. I always want to do comedy, satire, stuff like that. And randomly, like I said, somebody randomly sent me this video. It's like, hey, this guy is like pretending like he wrote this song. And I was listening to it. I was like, oh shit, that's my band's song. So I was like, oh, that's funny as hell. So I kind of looked into the Cyrax thing deeper, found Bass Shaman. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not Bass Shaman. I know most people think I'm Bass Shaman. We have a very similar cadence. We have a similar way of talking and stuff. So a lot of people think we're the same guy. I think anybody who has any articulation, has experience with the radio, podcasts, etc., you probably got to sound kind of the same. Yeah, that's kind of how I got into all this. I've been on YouTube for about 8 to 9 years now. I've just been all over the place. My whole career is just kind of fitting in where I fit in, you know what I mean? And, I didn't expect to be here. Like, and, you couldn't tell me like a year ago if you were like, hey, you're going to be covering this weirdo online. It's going to be massively successful. You're going to have 70 plus parts of it. And you're going to be doing this basically on a daily basis. I would have told you you're tripping, dude. Like there's no way. But here we are 6 months later into this. And I'm just like, what's going on?
And I bet you're happy about it too, because I'm sure it's put so much attention on your band, so much more attention on your band. You were already pretty successful from what I've seen before the Cyrax stuff. So congratulations on that. That's not an easy thing to do. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. I appreciate that.
Do you remember the first story you narrated, and what was it about?
First story I ever narrated was actually my own. I grew up in this cabin in middle of nowhere, Tennessee, that was built like I think it was 1802. It was built. I have a very vivid memory of like bushwhacking behind our barn, and I found these two graves, and it was the people who built it. It said 1802, so I'm pretty sure the house was built around that time. And I just had all these weird experiences, like hearing footsteps up the stairs, like all these weird noises in the attic and stuff like that, and all kinds of strange stuff. And that's kind of what sparked my interest at first. So I started like, let me share these stories with people and see, if anybody else connects with it and all that. And Vic Kunda from Dogman Encounters is a very popular podcast. He invited me to come share my stories, and from there, that's kind of how that all happened. I kind of just kept going with it. At that time, I was like some 19, 20-year-old kid working at Walmart and just didn't really have much direction. I always knew I wasn't meant to work that Walmart job, so I was like, I know I'm a creative soul. I was always meant to be a creative soul, but music, unfortunately, is a very fickle, especially in the metal music industry, is a very fickle place. So I knew, at that point, I wasn't really making it, but I knew I had something to give to the creative world. So luckily, like the whole YouTube thing worked out. And from there, I kind of just grew and grew and just kind of continued to expand my horizons. And, here we are all these years later.
That's kind of where I'm at with this show, too, because I've been a musician all my life, too, and I've never really blown up, So I started It's Just Music. It's not super successful. I don't have the numbers you have, but I'm getting there. So I appreciate your help. Just want to point that out. What's the process?
No, yeah, dude.
What's the process for handling listeners' submitted stories?
Well, I have a website called swampdweller.net and swampdweller.net, excuse me, and people can, submit their stories there, or they can send it through with the email or, various social media means. It's been one of those things to where when you start it, you're like, maybe I'll get 10 stories, maybe I'll get 15 stories a year. It turned quickly into a thing to where I was getting hundreds of 200 of 300 stories a year, and just continued to grow and to grow. And excuse me. There was a time where we were uploading 2-3 videos a day because we were just getting so many stories. Even to this day, all these years later, we get probably 30-40 stories a week. Even though I've slowed down, crazily. It's one of those points to where now it's just like I've got that uphill battle of getting back into it because I fell into this other side channel thing with all the Cyrax stuff and all the other locales and whatnot, to where now I've got to come back and like holy crap, how do I face this mountain of stories? It's been an anomaly, something I can't quite explain. I don't know why it took off. I have no idea why people seem to want to share their stories with me, but on a daily basis, it seems like a dozen people a day really just want to share their experiences with me. And I've always been very non-biased. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to be like, oh, your story's stupid. I'm very middle ground when it comes to that stuff, because I've experienced some weird things in life, but I'm a very like middle ground type person. I'm always going to question it. I'm always going to be like, did I really see that? But, I had those experiences. I can't deny those experiences. So when other people tell me similar experiences, it's like, okay, maybe there's some validity to this.
How do you approach sound effects and background music to enhance the storytelling?
I like to keep it pretty basic. I love those like really ambient backgrounds that are going to be like more droney, more, I'm not big into like the sound effects, but like I really love those soundtracks that are gonna like really immerse you, right? Like if you watch like a lot of those like early like psychological thriller movies, like The Happening or something like that, a lot of M. Night Shyamalan movies, his music is always very subtle. It's in the background, but every so often you hear some violins raise or something like that, and you're like, oh shit, something's about to happen. That's how I like to set my stories up. Is just like I like to keep it subtle, but we'll have like those little risers when the things are getting a little more intense, et cetera, et cetera. And, I like to let my voice, I like to let the emotion that I'm feeling portray those things more. I think that's what set me apart from a lot of other people like Corpse Husband or Mr. Nightmare or like Southern Cannibal or all these awesome other narrators that do great work. I just felt like the only way I was going to stand out is if I put more emotion into it. I put a little more personality into it.
Yo, what up? It's Jerry Robinson with Strange Music, and you're watching It's Just Music.
What's up, man? It's your boy Liquid Assassin, man. I'm with SicKKo ENT, and this is It's Just Music.
You're watching It's Just Music. It's just music, motherfuckers. Don't get mad.
Yeah, don't get loud.
I like the don't get mad part. I think that was dope. Yeah, that was fresh. It's kind of you loves it. You loves that part. Loves it. You loves that part.
They don't need to be colored. These are not colored ever. So, would you like me to help you? Stop doing that.
Why?
Keep the little clear thing. William, you are
those two.
pain in my fucking trash. Yeah, just throw them. Yeah. Do you want to wear this now, or what are we doing?
Yeah. Good. Sit here. That's the idea. I'm gonna put a sticker mule fucking sticker on me for this show. Maybe someday they'll help your homie out. Sponsor. Give me a discount code. Why do you keep saying everything that's in my head before I say it?
I don't know. My bad, dude.
Knock it off.
No!
So for the rest of the show, sticker mule is on my forehead. Sponsor me, Sticker Mule.
Send us free stickers.
By the way, you can get some stickers from me, Sticker Mule. Your site's in the description. Here's an ad.
SicKKo Entertainment, fun for all, and family fun for you. I wasn't really influenced by the love of music. I was influenced by the hatred of musicians that were far too talented than me. Oh yeah, I was just thinking of that. My only fan.
So I saw in the 70s you were on the original Gong Show.
Yes, actually it was 1987.
Welcome to the Gong Show. You've tuned in at just the right moment. We've just taken off the restraining straps. Okay, let's watch this first act, and when they're finished, we're going to ask them what they did. Here's Green Jello.
Alright, sound guy, real easy. I'm gonna yell, then the audience will yell, and you make me louder. That's really that easy. Ready? Alright, you make me louder than them. Are you ready? Scream! Let's try it again. I don't care if it sounds like shit. Really, I don't care. All right, let me hear you. Yeah! It could be louder.
So that chick in the video?
Right.
At the end of the night, she gave me a hug and shit.
I would have ran from her.
You would have ran from her?
Yeah, I would be gone.
Chicken shit.
Yeah.
If you could wear one sticker for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Fred the Boy Blue Juggalo.
Gay.
I was chillin' in the carnival, feeling kinda blue when I stumbled on a homie with a style so true. He's got a mic in his hand and a spark in his eye. Cyrax, my dude, you're the ultimate prize. Art your grind, you never back down game. You like the dark like Vega popping in the rain. I twisted soul, but man, you shine so bright. Got my payment heart pumping every drug at night. Boy blues, feeling something strange, oh man. Cyrax got me dreaming, I'm your biggest fan. It's a juggalo, love under the moon so high. With you, homie, I'm ready to ride or die. In the underground, you're the king of the mic. You battle the trolls, man, you always strike. From the beats to the lyrics, so you make it clear. You're more than a homie, you're my juggalo peer. You paint the town with hatchets in hand. Fake go in the air, we make the wicked land. Two outcasts, but together we thrive. With Cyrax on my side, I feel so alive. Boy blues, feeling something strange, oh man. Cyrex got me dreaming, I'm your biggest fan. It's a juggalo love under the moon so high. With you, homie, I'm ready to ride or die. You the carnival's calling, and I'm answering loud. I paint your name in Fago across the whole crowd. A wicked clown heart, yeah, it beats for you. Cyrax and Boy Blue, the insane crew. So here's to the homie who's one of a kind, a juggalo king with a genius mind. Cyrax, my dude, you're my wicked muse. Forever your Boy Blue, together we cruise. Boy Blue's feeling something strange, oh man. Cyrex got me dreaming, I'm your biggest fan. It's a juggalo love under the moon so high. With you, homie, I'm ready to ride or die. You're the king of the mic, you battle the trolls, man. You always strike from the beats to the lyrics, and you make it clear. You're more than a homie, you're my juggalo peer. We could paint the town with hatchets in hand, fake go in the air, we make the wicked land. Two outcasts, but together we thrive. With Cyrex on my side, I feel so alive. Now the carnival's calling, and I'm answering loud. I paint your name in Fago across the whole crowd. A wicked clown heart, yeah, it beats for you. Cyrax and Boy Blue, the insane crew.
That was homophobic.
That was gay. That was gay. You're gay for saying that.
Just a little bit. Fridays.
Well, and it's Friday. Oh, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
The show airs on Wednesday, dumbass.
I'm just saying today is Friday, dumbass.
Let's get into this next.
I have so much to say about that.
Yeah, me too. They usually say ladies first, but I'm a fucking asshole. Listen, man. I had a moment of clarity in that fucking song. I'm gonna say that. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna try to act like I'm fucking smart. That's what I'm gonna say. No, but no, listen. I never thought in my life that there would be something that I'm grateful for because of Cyrex.
Oh, interesting take.
Cyrex brought this band into my life. Cyrex brought this dude into my life. I'm grateful that I found his music. This guy is everything Cyrex wishes he could fucking be.
Yeah.
He's a successful YouTuber. This guy's more successful than I am. I'm thankful and grateful for this show. Let me state that in front of every fucking movie. I'm grateful for them. Okay. Second of all, I'm more successful than Cyrex too, in a way. You know.
In a different way.
He's more successful than me. But
on a hate level.
And on a hate level, right? But he doesn't get the views that I get. Other people get those views, not Cyrex. So technically, I'm more successful than Cyrex. Okay. Let me state that. Second of all, dude, this is really fucking good. Like
I know.
Better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I played one of this dude's songs. That was it. Before I asked him for an interview. I played one song. Was like, okay, he does music, and he's got good numbers on this song. He's everything the Cyrex wishes he could be. Let's interview him. Right? Smart, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to say? What's up?
So many things. And some of them I forgot already, but...
Sorry.
It's okay. So... I've never heard any of this before. First time hearing any of this. Immediately a fan. Like, insta fan. For sure.
You have watched a video or two of him talking about Cyrex. I promise you.
Oh, that? Yeah, okay. That. But
That's who this is.
Okay, yeah.
Remember the video of the guy that shouted me out?
Yes.
Nowhere that name literally stuck. It essentially was a placeholder for until I came up with another name that I was gonna use, and then that name actually ended up sticking. And
So how do you see that? How do you see that name reflecting who you are as a person?
So, of course, we need to fact check good old Chance here. The name Cyrax did not come randomly. He didn't just suddenly be like, yeah, this is a good placeholder name. No, he actually got it from good old Eric Scrubolo. If you remember that character from quite some time back, who of course no longer associates with Cyrax, for very obvious reasons. But I guess it's entirely expecting too much to literally expect Chance to do anything or say anything other than a fallacy or a lie from that snaggletooth little mouth of his.
honestly, for me, I wasn't really thinking at the time of how it reflected me as a person. But in a way, I know it sounds weird, but I kind of like if you've ever played like the Mortal Kombat games, or if you've ever watched like the origins, Cyrax and his brother, like I really related to that in the sense of like this dude didn't want to become part of that machine. He didn't want to be a machine. He wanted to be all human. But in the end, he kind of lost himself along that way, ended up fully, obviously doing what he did. And for me, I kind of related to that because coming up as a kid and growing up, with a very military household.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And then, being that short kid, being that outcast kid in school growing up, I always kind of felt like I was always lost because I was always that outcast kid. They're like, I had friends, but it wasn't many. So for me, I kind of related to being that kid that was lost, that was just trying to find his way.
The origin of Cyrax obviously comes from Eric Scrubolo. There's a whole story and deep convoluted conspiracy behind how that all went down. And from what I understand, I don't think Cyrax got the name Cyrax consensually, if you know what I mean.
You listen to my songs, you hear me shout out to Blade.
Yeah, he goes by Cyrax now.
Yeah, that was stolen from me.
So of course, Cyrax sharing what the name means to him is all bullshit. He's making this all up, likely on the spot, giving us some weird, very altered by the way, backstory to Cyrax from Mortal Kombat. Like he kinda gets it right, but not really at the same time. Like it's when you're trying to copy somebody a desk or two down from you in school, but you can't quite see what they're writing, so like you're kind of getting the answers right, but not really.
How do you differentiate between your genuine self and your online persona that many have become to know? What's the difference? In other words, what's the difference between Chance and Cyrax?
Honestly, for me, Cyrax is like that dude that just, that doesn't really, give a shit what people think, is, for a lack of better terms, blunt and brutally honest, so to speak. But like outside of that, like you can ask any of my friends that, personally know me, that I grew up with, that I've made over the years, like they see that difference. Like when I'm, say like, for example, say I'm doing a cover show or I'm doing something, I'm brutally fucking honest when I'm going under that. I'm brutally honest.
Since Chance can't do us a favor and just answer the question like a normal human being instead of repeating himself 15 times, let me tell you what the difference between Cyrax and Chance is. There is no difference. Chance is a freak. Chance has no hygiene. Chance has no friends. Chance goons in his attic all day. Chance and Cyrax do the same thing because they are the same person. Cyrax is not some persona that Chance hides behind to feel tough, to play off of all this stuff. No. Chance is Cyrax, Cyrax is Chance. The only thing anybody actually cares about in this whole interview is that good old bed bug chugging back, brother. That's what I've been paying attention to this whole time. I can't stand it. Anyways, shout out to SicKKo Entertainment. Check out the rest of this interview. They've got quite some good stuff that goes on. As you can tell, SicKKo doesn't really take any BS, so he will call Cyrax out from time to time. You can find a link in the description as well for that. And with that, we're going to bring another episode here of the Cyrax Deep Dive series to an end. I appreciate you guys sticking it out with me. This one's definitely a long one. Be sure to slap that like button. Comment down your thoughts on the recent Raxenings. Subscribe if you're new.
Okay, but I never watched any of his music. Okay, so fine. So they sound like a refined version of like Muse meets like Coheed and Cambria meets Rush meets fucking just like it's so many things. Like, and I think, like, I don't know, melodically, like you. Oh, and the guy's voice is so crisp. Like when he's screaming, it's so crisp. Like it's hard, but you can tell what he's saying.
Like I said,
which is cool.
Everything Cyrax wishes he could fucking be. Do you remember the fucking vocals Cyrax sent me when he thought he was getting signed to SicKKo?
Unfortunately, I do.
When I buddy trolled him.
Yes.
What up, y'all? I want to show you guys what Chance sent me. Shout out Cyrax. I don't know why I shouted him out. As you can tell from right here, this is ChatGPT lyrics, because I don't think Chance would write verse and hook like this. I also don't think he's talented enough to write lyrics like this. I also don't understand what took him 15, 20 seconds to get started in this track, or whatever you want to call this. I'm not going to do anything with this. If you guys want to turn this into something, you go right ahead. Here you go. You ready? Your ears are going to hurt.
Look into my eyes, see the warm pain drip. Every tear's just a bullet, every breath's just a risk. Mirror shows a ghost I don't recognize a face, just a hollow-eyed soldier lost deep in the waste. Mind's a battlefield, every thought's a landmine. Step wrong once, here's a click, then it's flat line. Try to run, try to fight, try to drown it in the sin, but the devil in my chest keeps pulling me back in. Proud of my hands, but it ain't my own. It's the part of myself that I had to disown. Chain smoke, nightmares, death in my lungs. If this war don't kill me, then I'll die by the tongue. No mercy, no peace. Just the sound of my jaws. Every breath that I take, I feel the raven grow. No mercy, no peace. Just the weight of the mind of the thought. Don't take me, then I'll pain. And the Lord.
I'm going to get antibiotics for the earache I just got. You guys go ahead and enjoy the video. Fuck off.
Yes, I do.
Shout out to N-Word Boy. He hated so bad. But it's okay. Still love you, guy.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just melodic. It rocked. And it blended well. Like, it's just fucking good music. It was so good.
Yeah.
Favorite new artist?
That was a 9.
10, easily.
I don't give 10s unless I'm on it. Or it's very, very rare that I do.
I give it a 10, and I'm not even planning on trying to sleep with any of them. So
I will say this. There are very, very, very few metal bands or rock bands that I want to work with. I would love to work with you guys. There's, I think, 3 metal bands that I've worked with so far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Russ Burbank, twice. I got 2 songs with those guys. Lazy and Choke. And then I got one with Richard Butler. And then I got one on my own called a riddle. You can kind of call that metal. No problem control now. I sound like I'm fucking taking a shit while I'm rapping.
I don't know if that would be metal. That's
some people's called it metal.
That's constipation.
Really, I really wouldn't really call it metal. Some people has called it metal, but I wouldn't call it metal.
That's
it's constipation.
Yeah.
Check it out if you dig it. It was angry. Maybe I'll play that at the end. I don't know. We'll see. Let's get us on this fucking interview and stop running our mouth.
Yeah.
How do you describe what internet personalities to profile?
Shoot, that's a good question. I think just being yourself. I think the biggest thing is just like people want to connect parasocially with you. They want to be able to find something relatable within that story, within your voice, within your personality that they connect to. And that's what obviously makes like PewDiePie or all these massive channels like so successful, because like you can relate to that personality. You can relate to like the way their thought process works and all that. So I was like, how do I mix that into this very niche and very vague type of content, you know? And, you know, I was covering even more vague shit because I'm talking about Dogman, I'm talking about Bigfoot, I'm talking about skinwalkers, I'm talking about stuff like most people have no idea what the fuck's going on, you know? So like I had to be able to convey that with the actual background of these things. Like say we're skinwalkers, I got to be able to convey this Navajo, this very native, you know, indigenous people's very sacred thing, and be able to express that to white people or to whoever else who might not understand this type of controversy or this type of story. And a lot of people say, oh, this is a boogeyman, this is that. There's way more deeper into it. So you got to be able to take that experience but also put your own emotion into it so you can you know, I guess express the fear that somebody was feeling or the anxiety, etc. So really, I always just wanted to make sure I was just putting as much emotion and as much, you know, of myself into each story that I could, and just to make sure that everybody who sent in their story, you know, it was being justified, because there's a lot of emotions in these stories, and I think a lot of it is like you can easily be sent in stories. You say Bigfoot, you know, stabbed my mom, stole my tractor, you know, all this crazy stuff. But like, if you can't express that to a person, they won't understand it, you know?
I believe Bigfoot's real. Whatever. So how do you...
like at some point Bigfoot existed.
Absolutely. I mean, we come up with like animals that we thought were extinct all the time. They just found a squirrel last week. I saw that we thought has been extinct for the last like 50 years or something, but we found another one. So I think it's possible. I don't know. If there's a there's a researcher, I listened to his speech at the Gathering of the Juggalos all about Bigfoot. He does a lot of research in Bigfoot. It's like his number one thing, and very convincing. I wish I could remember his name. Yeah. So what's your approach of getting information on your for your documentaries? Do you just rely on Google and Chat GPT, or what do you do?
Depends on like I guess the era of the channel. There was a point where we really focused a lot on it, and I actually had a pretty solid team at one point. You know, I had a writer, I had researchers, stuff like that. Now it's all me, and before it was all me. But it depends on the era. But like if we're talking about like say 2021 to 2023 era Swamp Dweller stuff, I had my great friend Paige Turner helping me research. I had my buddy Joey Sorless help me edit the actual visuals and stuff like that. And, you know, it would be like a teamwork between all of us, but it always starts with me basically finding something and being like, let me do a basic dive into this. Let me see what I can find on it myself. And then I'll send this over to Paige. She'll be able to figure out all the good stuff. She'll go deep into it, you know, script it all, make it sound like a actual good video. And then I'll narrate that. I'll record all that. I'll send it over to Joey. Joey will put it into a nice, you know, super concise visual video. But once, you know, after like the COVID stuff passed and all those like inflations passed and all that, and like all the money started tanking and all that, I had to start figuring out how the hell do I do this myself? So now it's more of like I'll do a basic deep dive on Google. I'll go on Reddit, all that good stuff. And from time to time, I'll hit up ChatGPT, but I've tried to avoid that because I want to try to keep that integrity of doing it myself and keeping that personality in it. But it's nice to be able to rely on the ChatGPT sometimes, because like there's questions where it's like I'm just not finding the answers I need online. So like, hey, can you search the damn internet and figure it out for me? Because sometimes as a human, you know, there's so many links, there's so many different articles. You're reading, you know, 5,000 words every article. You have to figure out what's actually useful or not. So sometimes that ChatGPT can be very, very, very nice.
Yes, you should try X's new AI, whatever you want to call it.
Was it called Grok or something like that?
Yeah. It's check it out. They do. It does a great job. It does a great job. I think it's the best version of ChatGPT or whatever you want to call it.
Definitely.
But, yeah, I think it's a great tool, but do not let it overtake your fucking content. Please, you or anybody watching, it's a tool. AI is a tool. Do not
100%.
let it take over. You know, let it do a little bit of work for you. That's cool, but man, keep the human aspect to this shit.
Oh yeah, I haven't used any of that stuff yet for the commentary stuff, but you know, I'm sure people are, and I know it makes it more streamlined. But I think it's very obvious when you're doing it as a human and when you're doing it as an AI. I think there's just the wording, you know, the way the structure of the sentence. You can tell when, you know, you wrote that when you didn't.
Absolutely. You if you just go through, you know, my my music alone, you can definitely tell the difference. I've only used ChatGPT for one song that I used with my voice. Go ahead and figure it out. You know what I mean? Good luck. So let's keep going, man. Burn Absolute musical journey. So tell us about that. How'd you come together?
Well, Burn Absolute's an interesting band. It's very unorthodox. It actually existed a couple years before I joined. We had a guitar player in Bolivia, all the way in South America, believe it or not, and a drummer in Arkansas, and they started playing music together and doing stuff like that. They had a different vocalist at one point, but unfortunately he was doing some drug problems. They couldn't get him to kind of get to where he needed to be. So they hit me up at one point in, I want to say, early 2023, and they were like, hey, do you want to come back? And I was kind of like, I haven't been in music for years at this point, so I was like, I had that itch, I really want to play some shows again. I really want to get back on stage, being a hardcore kid at heart, I just miss punching people in the face, you know what I mean? I was like, let's fucking do this shit. So, they hit me up and I was like, let's do it. And from I want to say around May 2023, we originally started demoing. We put out our first EP together in August 2023 with the music video and all that stuff. And ever since then, we've been touring, we've been hitting the road hard. We're about to go on tour next month for about 9 days. September, we've got another 12 days. We've got a bunch of cool fests coming up. For my Juggalo fans, we will be at the Gathering. We were invited to that, so that will be really cool. We haven't announced it yet, so this will be an early, rough announcement, but we will be on the main stage.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Really excited for that. Our boys in Dying Arms really gave me a good shout out for that, so much love to them. I've always gotten shit about that. People are like, why do you support the Juggalos? I'm like, why not? You know what I mean? I've always been like, why not? Like, who cares? Like, if they show love to my music, I'm going to show love to their music. I'm not an ICP guy. I don't listen to Twisted. I don't do any of that stuff. But, like, I played so many shows with those guys that at this point to where I'm like, I fuck with those guys. They've always been super nice to me. It's never been weird. You know what I mean? So, like, if the Juggalos show me love, I'm going to show them love. That's how I am.
I've always told this to everybody that's kind of like you, When it comes to their music, you might not be a fan, but I guarantee you can find at least 10 songs that you enjoy and that you'll find timeless. When it comes to every artist that's on the roster of Psychopathic or M&E or any of that stuff. I even had my 84-year-old grandma bumping Rainbows in the Sky by ICP. So I'm just saying. I've
always respected it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I probably couldn't name you a single song by any of those bands. I'll be real with you. I've always been like a filthy casual with it, but I've always respected it. You know what I mean? Like, I've always seen, I love seeing the interviews with ICP. Their names are escaping me right now. I know Jay's one of them. God, who's the other guy? It's going to bother me because I can't remember his name. But I love those guys. I think their beef with Eminem is legendary. Like, just the way they conducted themselves, and like, it's like you got these guys that like from Detroit that don't really fit that Detroit. Like, you think of Detroit, you don't think of ICP. You know what I mean? So like to me, I think it's so cool that here they are all these years later. We're about to be in bumfuck Ohio with 20,000 people, and like, this is the most amazing thing in my life, and I've always just loved them, so like I don't necessarily, I feel like you don't have to have like an attachment to the music to support artists, you know what I mean? And you can see like the underground, the DIY, and for me, I've always been DIY. So seeing ICP, seeing artists like that, I just support it because I love it, because I want to see everybody win, because music is just, it's genuinely such a subjective, such a creative, and such a beautiful thing that, like, I don't care if it's ICP, if it's, Suicide Silence, Bring Me the Horizon, A Day to Remember. It doesn't matter to me. Like, all of it's beautiful. As long as it makes my head bump, I fuck with it. That's always how I've seen music. So it doesn't matter what genre.
I got a little cult-like following. It's fun, I wish my numbers would go up, and I'm sure they will someday. And I think it'll be a lot of fun when it happens. Keep subscribing.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely happen. I have faith in it. I think consistency is really the key to all success, because that's all I've ever done in my career, whether it was Swamp Dweller Live, Burn Absolute. I've been in tons of bands before Burn Absolute that were successful as well. Like, it's just one of those things to where it's like, consistency is the key, and like grinding, and like, to me, I'm still at a point to where like, hey, look, if 80 people come to a show, I'm so stoked. Like if the venue holds 125 people, I'm like, that's a fucking win. If it holds 50 people like me, I just look at the small wins for what they are. You know, I'm not here to be upset if I don't sell at a venue, or I'm not here to be upset if I only get, say, 5,000 plays on a song. Like, that's 5,000 plays. 5,000 people played that fucking song. The way I've always seen it is like, hey, if you have 900 monthly listeners, imagine 900 people in a venue watching you right now. That is how I've always seen everything in life. So like whether it's small numbers, big numbers, I'm so grateful because like you just have to put it into perspective. You know, 900 people is a lot of people. I know some people will be like, the internet's huge. Some people are getting billions of views. Some people are getting millions of views, etc. But you just have to put it into that perspective. It's like, hey man, if I'm playing in front of 50 people right now in a building, that's a W, right? So like you just have to think about it that way, and hopefully you can grow upon it and grow upon it and grow upon it, you know?
Right, dude. Like the largest amount of monthly listeners I've ever had on my Spotify at one time was a little over 10,000. And I sat back and I sat back and I thought about that. I went to there's a concert venue in Cleveland, and it's huge. It's an auditorium that holds 10,000 people. And I remember sitting in there, and I mean, dude, it's like, dude, everybody looks like fucking ants, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's how many people were listening to me in 1 month. What? You know, I was so stoked, bro. So I get what you're saying 100%.
Yeah, it's all about perspective, man.
Yeah.
Like, and that'll keep you from feeling burnt out and depressed and stuff. Like, I get it, dude. Like, it sucks. Like, trust me, I've been that band where you have 100 listeners, 0 listeners, etc. But I've also been blessed enough to be able to be picked up and be, you know, I was a fill-in bass player for a band that had 100,000 listeners, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. And to be able to say I was a part of this is insane, you know? So, like, I think it really just is perspective, you know, and music, you know, it's never too late. It doesn't matter if you're 30, 35, 25, 45, you can always make it happen. You know, it's just about that perseverance.
Like I do hip hop, and everybody always says that there's a freaking age limit to hip hop. Fuck that. Afro Man is proven fact that you could be in your 60s.
Afro Man,
yeah, you could be in your 60s and still rap, bro, and still make money and still be successful. There's no age limit. Fuck off with that shit.
It's all about the hustle, man. It's all about the hustle.
Fuck this song is called. We both tried to figure it out. We can't read. We're juggalos. Our IQ is not that fucking high. Let's play the song. What did you think about this?
Okay, so all the songs were amazing. The first one was great. The second one was even better, and the third one was my least favorite, but still awesome. And I think they need to come on my show.
Go on your show.
Yeah, no,
The live podcast.
yeah, live Let's Search podcast.
It's up to them.
Yeah.
I appreciate your interview. Go ahead.
Well, I was also gonna say that you guys are mad talented. The guitar playing was crisp. The bass playing was not like there's no slop. Everything was done very well. Like the vocals, everything. But you're not over mixed or mastered or over produced. Like it was just good music and it was really well made. So like kudos to you guys. I'm excited to hear more.
So let me ask you this question: have any of your documentaries ever led to real world consequences? Like, have anybody ever wanted to beat your ass or something?
Not necessarily beat my ass, because I feel like I've been on the right side of history most of the time. But I will say this: I was the first person to ever cover a specific case in the true crime world about Margaret Peggy Beck. She's like one of the oldest unsolved cold cases from like the 1960s, and our documentary series ended up helping solve that case. We were able to go deep in and start investigating and interviewing families, and that's something that I did like big, like with like the Keith Walling case. I was able to talk to their family and stuff like that. My thing when it came to true crime is none of those things are monetized. I want to help push these cases. This is my life experiences. I care. I care way too fucking much. I'm such an empathetic human being. Like the fact that people see me doing the Cyrax thing, they're like, "What the fuck?" And they hear the satire and they hear these crazy jokes, and they're like, "What the fuck, Robbie? That's not you." Like I was like,
"Yeah." You sometimes come off as a bully, and that was another thing I was going to ask you: is do you feel like a bully sometimes?
When it comes to Cyrax, not at all. No. I feel like I've made it very clear in that series. Pedophiles don't deserve empathy. They don't deserve sympathy. Fuck that bullshit. I was dragged into a car as a kid. So I'll tell you, this is exactly why I do this. I was 11 years old. I was walking home from school, and this guy comes up in this green old Chevelle, and he looks at me. He says, "Hey, kid, can you tell me something?" I look over, and he tries to grab me into the car. And I was able to get away by the grace of God. I couldn't tell you how I could, because he was way bigger than me. I don't know how I got the fuck away, but I got away. I pulled my arm away and I ran home. I will never forget that moment. And I will say this right now. I don't care if it's Chance Wilkins, if it's Daniel Larson, anybody. If you say at any point that you were attracted, or you get caught at any point being attracted to teenagers, minors, whatever, I'm there. Like, I'm going to protect those people. Nobody protected me. I could have been dragged off that day. Unfortunately, I grew up in a very, very broken home. You know, I supported myself from 13 years old to the age of now. My dad wasn't there. My mom wasn't there. None of them were there. So I get it on a level that's so deep that I don't think most people understand. So when you hear me getting really guttural and you hear me getting really negative with Chance, it's because he doesn't deserve any empathy. This is a man who has self-admittedly so many times and been caught so many times as doing the absolutely most fucked up, depraved things.
Right.
So I'm a very nice guy. I think most people would tell you, like, they don't expect this from me. And, like, I would genuinely let you contact anybody in my life, and they would probably say that, because, like, I'm really non-confrontational. I'm really, like, the guy that's, like, live and let live. I love everybody. But I can't support people who hurt the youth. You know, I was hurt a lot as a kid, and I wasn't protected by the people who should have protected me. So I had like this extra like guilt on my heart that I need to be there for those people. And I don't know how the fuck I ended up here. You know what I mean? Because I was always in the opposite end of YouTube. But, you know, it's just, you know, I found Chance Wilkins, I found Cyrax, and I found a real purpose to like put that pain to use, you know, not in the sense of, and not to like, let me like take the sat on Chance, right? But like, let me make some right in this world, you know, like there's so much not right with that story that I feel like I had to make something right. Because most people covering him just cover him in the sense of like, oh, we're going to just document what he does, et cetera, et cetera. No, somebody needs to put his feet to the fire. Notice why his closet doors are closed. Notice how he cleans up his room all of a sudden. Notice how a lot of things have changed because Swampy D's come around. And, you know, I won't take all the credit, but, you know, we got to make some differences in whether if I got to zoom into your bullshit, got to make fun of your bullshit, got to, you know, call old Sally and be like, hey, Sally, what's going on? I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it proudly. And I won't touch the poop. I haven't interacted with Chancey Poo one time, but I'll tell you this. He knows who I am. He's very aware who I am.
I know for a fact he knows who you are.
We talked about
you behind the scenes before I cut him off. You saw the buddy troll I did with him. How'd you like that, by the way? Did you? I
fucked with that heavy, dude. I'm gonna be real. Yeah. I'll be real. I don't fuck with Blue's podcast. I've said it in my series several times. I think Blue has zero personality.
He don't.
I think Blue needs to take some fucking credit. He needs to take accountability. He needs to press Chance and stop sitting there and being like, all right, Chance, do your thing. But here's what I think about Chance and who I think about all that thing is like, I know Chance knows who I am. I have heard Discord calls. I've seen Chance doesn't realize how deep I'm in. M-word boy, William Glory Hole, you my boys. I'm deep in Chance's mind. But
I don't think N-word boy likes me. I don't think N-word boy likes me, but I also don't think he knows me yet. You know, so
I think Cyrax is at a point to where he doesn't understand who I am yet. Cyrax, I have seen multiple things to where he thinks I'm a shaman. He thinks that I'm this person. He thinks that I'm that person. He thinks I'm everybody but me. I think he's scared to realize who I actually am, who is somebody who he wants to be.
Right.
And I think that's
musician.
Why. Exactly. And I think it's a very interesting case because most people are like, damn, Swampy D, you're everything Cyrax wants to be, and he just popped up out of nowhere. And it's his fault. He didn't have to take my shit. He doesn't understand that I have a very close relationship with Wage War. He doesn't understand I have a close relationship with anybody from Ocala because I'm one of the OG people from that's a scene. Paddock Park, We Are Defiance, Sleeping with Sirens, etc. I was there for the early days of all that. So if you're going to sit there and try to start taking all of our music, I'm sorry, brother. Like, I was there. I'm going to immediately make them notice that. Recently, he's been on this corpse husband thing. I started off in the scary stories world. Guess who was like the OG scary story narrator? Corpse husband. I'm very good friends with that guy. So it's like Chance, no matter where you try to go, I'm there. Unfortunately, it just seems like recently he's been trying to take on this weird persona, and every time I hear him start saying these backstories, I'm like, why does this sound so close to mine? I'm like, Chance, what's going on here? I mean, you need to start saying my name. But then randomly out of nowhere, he started saying Base Shaman's name a lot. Base Shaman hasn't been active for a year. Who do you think he's talking about? He thinks it's me. So it's deep. I mean, I don't personally want to interact with him. Like, I could give a fuck less. You know, I'm just here for the memes. But
yeah, I did it for fun. I did it for
once he says Swamp Dweller's name, it'll be funny.
I did it for fun, and there's a few reasons why I interviewed Cyrax. One, it was fun. Two, nobody at the time could seem to get a fucking interview out of him. You know. Mm-hmm. So I pulled it off.
Dude, the fedora, that shit was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
That shit was great, yeah. I was laughing about that. I was kind of brutal on that one, I won't lie. I think I was a little overly critical, but at the same time, I'm just so over the Blue stuff. So anytime, like, because I only knew you from the Blue podcast at first. So I thought it was a Blue thing at first, but then I realized it wasn't. So I felt a little bad after that. I was a little overly critical. But no, I ain't gonna lie.
You didn't make me feel insulted. You said that the only negative thing you really said is there's not really that much interesting shit in here. Let me cover this part of it. So it was cool, and it made a lot of people come to my channel. So I appreciated it, and you didn't disrespect me, and you didn't say
more
like
of a Cyrax problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's more of like Cyrax just doesn't say anything that fucking makes anybody give a fuck, but yet he'll say the same shit 100 times. I think what most people were interested about that interview is the Cyraxes with the stupid fucking hat, his stupid glasses, or whatever he's wearing, and then he wants to pretend like he's this big ass fucking rock star, and it's just like, Cyrax, come on, like,
dude. You know, and I made a mistake once the fucking video was done and it was already out. I remembered that there was fucking footage where he was at like the back of the closet, and I was talking to him about the bed bug spray, and I was like, dude, what is that? Is that bed bug spray? And he's like, yeah.
Look at it. That's gold. That's fucking gold.
Ask Chance why he won't open those doors. Who's got it, buddy? I've got it. This is the bed bug jug. I emptied it. There ain't shit in it anymore but fucking iced tea. I'm gonna drink it on stream one day to freak people out. But I'm telling you, y'all think I was playing. Y'all think I was playing. This is the bed bug jug that was. They never, brother. They never opened it.
They didn't either. No.
Never used it.
It's been up there for like a year, man.
Dude, it's been there. I have video footage. It's been there since 2021 at least.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
At least. I'm just like, brother, it was a joke. I was like, I kept seeing this part, right? I'm like, there's no way. I did some Googling. Brother, I told him, I was like, look, M-word boy, I'm going to send out I'll give you $100 right now. Tell the goons. Tell those bed bug goons I need that shit. Run me that shit. Cyrax doesn't understand that YouTube videos count for the IRAA. That stupid song is gold. Thank you, Cyrax. You gave me a plaque for the first time in my music career. I've got a plaque for the first time in my music career because of fucking Cyrax.
Yeah.
It's stupid, man.
On the Boy Blue thing, though, I fuck with Boy Blue, and there's a lot of reasons why I fuck with Boy Blue. Boy Blue is honest, like he's honestly a dude that's been bullied all his life for next to no reason. A lot of people say he did some stupid shit when he was like 16. I looked into it. I've asked him about it. I've interviewed him about it. I got Boy Blue's back. He's just a fucking nerdy dude with no fucking personality, and we've helped each other.
I got no beef with Boy Blue. Podcast is boring.
I agree.
That's all I've said in the videos.
I agree. Since I've been fucking with him, I bring a lot of drama to his channel, and I've caught out two pedophiles, and I've made Boy Blue cut them out of the show. That's another reason why I fucking joined that shit. So
my favorite part is who is the bald guy who is smoking mad weed on that one fucking thing where the other guy was like yelling at Cyrax the whole time.
You might be talking about Medusa.
Nah, fuck, it's not Medusa. He was like this bald dude. He was like this bigger dude. It's gonna bother me. I have to look at it. There's like so many episodes back now.
Grandpa,
but
maybe.
That shit was hilarious. That was the one thing where on Blue Stream I was like, we need to bring this guy back. I might have to go through this series real quick to find it because I know, God, it was like some bald guy.
I don't know what he's playing over there. What up, mistress? Can you please turn that off, Hunter? I don't know why he's coming in here playing something loud like that.
Because he thinks he's funny.
I can't hear what you're talking about. Tell me.
The fuck? Is he using a voice changer?
I don't know. Like, I want people to understand how fucked up of a fucking mind state I really do have. Like, I could fucking come up with some crazy ass jokes too.
Sounds you guys talking about was a mic man.
Oh, I see what you're doing. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's a cool voice change.
The music though is gay. Turn the music part off.
Yeah, turn the music off, man.
I have no music going in Dump Rock. None.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Where's the music, you bitch? It sounds quiet in the ear.
That shit's hilarious.
No music, not me singing. Will you prick?
Turn that shit the fuck off, Grandpa. We're listening to Jesus music with you, bro. Sounds like we're in fucking church.
I just won't come back in here anymore.
You better. You're not crying.
And when it does blow, you'll come back. Oh, what I do wrong? You know what you're doing wrong. You're making me mad, he up stories like Fresh does. I never touched a kid. I never abused women. We're all lies, just like Blue, the lying boy Blue, and he's lying about everything.
I guess I'm a lying boy Blue now. I was lying that he was playing music and using a voice changer. He wanted to get ignorant with me when he was clearly in the wrong.
Bro, he's on Everclear.
Now he said he won't be back. Here he is. He's back now. Probably to tell us that he won't be back.
You kicked me, I'm bullshit. I'm letting you know. He just kicked me, not me. So guys, I'm over there. If you want me, I'm over there. Fuck the boy Blue. Do not donate to him. He's doing heroin.
Now he's trying to tell people I'm doing heroin? Oh my God. He's on some other shit today. The fuck is Hunter's problem, man? I know, I'm bipolar too. I'm
That's
bipolar
why you don't drink
David
Everclear.
Grandpa.
That's why you don't drink Everclear.
Started drinking yet. I had not even started drinking. It's still sealed.
I haven't started drinking yet. I had not even started drinking. It's still sealed. I haven't started drinking yet.
Hey, Stu.
I was just wondering.
Blue started kicking me, like trying to act like he had balls. Okay? So if you have balls, you don't need my money and you're using smack, heroin, shooting up, no one should donate.
So if you have balls, you don't need my money and you're using smack, heroin, shooting up, no one should donate.
I can hardly understand you with this filter. Something about balls and he's shooting up and people should donate.
Run
Kellen.
over here, come on. Hand.
Damn kids.
I amend my earlier statement. Deciding on where to go for our vacation.
I haven't even started drinking yet. I had not even started drinking. It's still sealed. I haven't started drinking yet.
I was just wondering.
Hey, Stu. I was just watching life and trading. Well, started can't hear me by deciding to act like he had balls. She's actually my phone cherry. So if you have balls, you don't need my money and you're using slack, fell and shooting up. No one should donate on it.
I can hardly understand you with this filter on.
Shooting up. No one should donate.
Something about balls and he's shooting up and people shouldn't donate. Are we at church, Grandpa? What's going on?
I can't. What's that? I can't broadcast from here. It's not what's going on? You can't hear me, you said, right? What's going on? You can't hear me, you say, right? Right?
I can, but
it's what we are. Okay, the other girl actually likes to.
What the fuck?
LB Sickning is a major dork. I love him though. Dude's a nut. He has a lot of potential to be someone in music. Yeah, some of his music is kind of trash, but a lot of his songs are inspiring. This is the one. The only. The yellow big bird telling you to go look up LB Sickning on Spotify or Apple Music.
One of you stole my weed and I know it. Give it back or I'm gonna kick your ass anyways. You the one looking at this stupid stuff. Listen, go look this song up on all platforms or the next bag you get is gonna be some bad stuff that don't even get you high.
No.
That'd be shitty. Grandpa, post your link to where you're at live at. Whatever the hell you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. But I'll check it out. The things I've seen today on the internet alone.
Now, what does the stream say? Do not donate to Blue. Heroin is a bad drug. You know, smack. No heroin, no donation. And it says do not. So I am not doing something bad. I'm helping him, whether he likes it or not. Okay, I haven't even opened this yet. Hold on. Damn it. There we go. Now I gotta be careful with the torch. This will go up like a fireball. So we're moving this over here on this side. Now it's 120. I'm already here. Let's take a dab. Like I said, Blue can't outdrink me no matter what. Here we go, let's take a dab. Is that Monster Cherry? Cherry lemon? Here we go. Blue, try to flag it. I dare you. It'll come right back at you. Right back at Blue. And people admit it later. Oh, I flagged your channels. Why? You're doing better than me. I'm not making any money on here, so I don't give a fuck. And the ones that I am making money on, it's not dabbing Grandpa. It's on other ones. I wouldn't do it. I can flag you. Because this is my content, and I'm not sharing it in order to be shared by you. You get my point? Think about it before you do it. Ask for permission.
Hey, what's up? Boy Blew Up on here, and apparently Hunter is drunk, forgot to take his meds, or both, I don't know. Because Hunter, Dabbing Grandpa, the Juggalo Vlogs, whatever you want to call him, he came in my chat with some heavenly sounding music and a voice changer on to make his voice sound real deep. I'm like, Hunter, can you please turn off the music? And I muted him. And he unmutes himself and says, I'm not playing any music, what are you talking about? And I mute him again. I say, yes, you are. You're playing music. LB was on the panel, too. He's like, yes, you're playing music and you're using a voice changer. And so Hunter gets all mad and whatnot and cusses me out, gives me the finger. So I have to kick him. I let him back on again. And then he says, everyone don't donate to Boy Blue, using his voice changer with the heavenly music playing in the back, the loud, annoying heavenly music playing in the background. I'll clip it here in a little bit. But no, then he was like, don't donate to Boy Blue, come to my show. Don't donate to Boy Blue, he's doing heroin. Boy Blue is on heroin. And I'm sorry, I had to kick him. And then he tried talking in my chat, I had to ban him. And I don't, like I said, I don't know what his problem is, but I'm definitely not on heroin. I don't have any track marks on my arms. I don't do heroin. I've never had a problem with heroin. And I think I deserve an apology from Dabbing Grandpa for trying to accuse me of doing heroin. That's fucked up. I might be an alcoholic. You know, everybody knows that shit, dummy. But I ain't no fucking dope head. I ain't on no heroin. I don't smoke black tar heroin. I don't sniff heroin. I don't shoot heroin. I don't boof it. I don't boof heroin. Definitely don't boof it. So yeah, anyways, I deserve an apology, and if he don't realize he's in the wrong here, then, you know, I don't need friends like him. I thought he was my friend. I thought Hunter was cool, but apparently not if he's acting like this. I don't know if he's just drunk, forgot to take his meds, because he is crazy too. I know I'm crazy too. I take crazy pills. I'm bipolar and schizophrenic and shit, you know? And I know he has mental issues and he's not all there. You know, he likes to tell tall tale stories. He's a storyteller and stuff. But this story is definitely not true, okay? I do not do heroin, and I take great offense to that because heroin killed a lot of my friends and a family member. So fuck heroin, y'all. I ain't on no heroin. So Hunter, if you see this, I want an apology. Alright? Thank you. Much clown love. God bless. Woo woo. Hey, what's up, y'all? Your boy Blew Up on here. And apparently Hunter is drunk, forgot to take his meds, or both. Your boy Blew Up on here. And you may have just seen my short I uploaded about it. But Hunter is banned until he apologizes for accusing me of being on heroin. Now I'm about to show you how he was clearly in the wrong. He said he was playing no music and he did have a voice changer on. I guess he is too inebriated to realize or whatever, but he got really ignorant with me and accused me of doing heroin. I think he's live right now actually doing a show trying to say that I'm on heroin. So I take great offense to that, and I demand an apology, and he's not welcome back here until he apologizes.
Yeah, I do it all the time. That's why I stopped doing it. I can finish the whole bottle, be a little bit drunk, a little bit. Now let's take a dab. Let's do something Blue can't do. Let's take a dab. He has no weed. He has no alcohol. Look at me, guys. I'm the boy Blue. I'm getting high and getting drunk. I'm Blue. I'm using Prism. Prism only lets you use, and you can't invite, not a restream. That's why right now I'm broadcasting to 7 channels. Yo, Blue can't do anything unless you donate, and how do you know he's not shooting up behind the streams and buying small shots so he can do his heroin? Shooting his eyeball, doing his toes. Fire in the hole. Fuck you, Blue. This is how you drink. Beers, getting drunk on beers. We know you're not. You're shooting up heroin, you bitch. People do not donate to the boy Blue. He's buying heroin. Stop him. Don't donate. Stop him. Boycott. Boycott. You know why he has a lazy eye, guys? Because he shoots up heroin in it. That's why it looks over there, and he's looking straight ahead. He's doing heroin. We got to stop him. Blue, we love you. Stop doing heroin. Stop donating to Blue. He will do heroin. So we love you, Blue, really. Don't donate to Blue. Pride and never feared. Boy Blue, juggalo, your truth's against rockin'.
This is what perfectly even and symmetrical nipples look like. See that?
Nah, you ain't got shit. You got a fucked up tattoo.
How you gonna call my hatchet man a fucked up tattoo? That makes me a gangbanging gang member according to the FBI.
A juggalo king.
That's so getting clipped. Everybody clip that. Put that shit on your channel. You want to see SicKko's dick?
With the LB Sickning's penis up front and in or around my mouth.
Oh God, no.
He's got like tattoos. He was getting really high on the stream.
You're probably talking about Dabbing Grandpa. Shout out to Dabbing Grandpa. That's my home.
Could be Dabbing Grandpa. I'm pretty sure that's not his name though. It was like
half his face is tattooed.
It's like almost like a gangster dude or something. 1 second. Fuck, this is gonna be super far back.
We got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Shit. I don't know. Like, it might be him, but it was God, God damn, I don't remember which one it was, but it was like some dude. He was just getting super high off the dabs on the stream, and kept zooming. I kept zooming in on him, and it was the funniest shit ever. He might have changed name since then. He might have had a different name at that point, but yeah, it's probably him. Because he's not old, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't look old to me. So like,
dude.
Kinda. Oh God, I wish I could remember it, but yeah, probably him. It probably is him. I think there's some good moments on that podcast for sure. I just wish Blue would rein it in more. I think that's what my main comment is like, you have like random people yelling at Cyrax, and Cyrax is randomly yelling at them, and I'm like, fuck Blue, come on, take control.
If he would make like a documentary series out of all his content that he's made over the years, I think he'd have a cool.
He's got some good Cyrax moments. I think he could do something fun.
He's got a lot of good moments with a lot of people, a lot of fucked up weird shit that's happened on his show, but you know,
I'm sure.
So we got 3 minutes left, man. If you got any message for your fans or your followers, or for Cyrax, or for Boy Blue, go ahead. Here, now's your time.
For Boy Blue, invite me on the show, brother. Let me meme your boy, but Cyrax can't be on the same time as me. I don't touch the poo, brother. If you don't want to smell like shit, don't touch the poo. That's what I feel like. I have interacted with Cyrax 0 times, and I plan on interacting with him 0 times. But you know, for everybody else, you know, I appreciate you guys for supporting this series. You know, I don't know what to fucking expect from here, and it's crazy to see how many people have just tuned into this. You know, it's weird to like look at this channel and you see all these views, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? You know, I really appreciate you guys, seriously. And anybody who's new, you know, welcome to the fucking shit show. I'm going to continue to meme on this guy. I'm going to continue to make fun of him, and I'm going to continue to hold his feet to the fire because somebody needs to. I think most commentary channels meme on him a bit, but you know, I'm a little more objective. I'm just here to really get this guy off the internet. I'm like Team William Glory Hole the whole way. We need to get this motherfucker off the internet. I know people say, oh, you take him off, you have no content. Look, I'll cover somebody else. I've got another channel. I'll go back to scary stories, true crime. I don't care. My whole goal is genuinely, let's get this fucker off the internet. He doesn't need to be here. He's a danger to his fucking children. He's clearly sent his wing to people he thought he was a certain age. Intent is everything to me, you know? So, you know, it doesn't matter.
When you say get him off the internet, I hope you mean more like get him out of society, period. Put him in a fucking mental institution, maybe a prison. That's what I mean by that. Other than that, I think he needs to stay on the internet so that we can have eyeballs on him. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I think we need to be able to look at him, but I think we need the ultimate goal, like you were saying, is just get him somewhere where somebody's going to look after him and he can't get to the internet, right? Sally's not the person to do it. Obviously she enables that. Double drop top Ed, you know, he's too perked out. He can't fucking do shit. We need somebody who's actually going to be able to put Chance in a corner and keep him where he needs to be, similar to Daniel Larson at this point. We need somebody to be able to like hold him into a cell and keep him accountable, but that's probably not going to happen, unfortunately, until you know, Sally Two Pillows dies. You know, she's built like 2 pillows on some stilts at this point. You can't really feel bad for her because, you know, she's enabled this whole fucking thing. At first, I was like, damn, dude, I feel really bad for Ed and Sally. But at this point, I'm like, shit, I just feel bad for Ed at this point. Bro's perked out trying to fucking trip his fucking balls out. And he's just, here's a, God damn it, Marty, piece of shit.
Another fucking episode. Are you looking for the lighter?
Yeah.
I had it in my hand.
No, I just started looking for it.
We're doing a fucking show. You were supposed to lie and say, man, I know. What the fuck? Your hand all the time? Or something stupid like
that? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry I can't read your fucking mind. You want a script? Write a script.
You think you would fucking be good? No, we're not writing a fucking script.
Then shut your mouth. How we do this. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Yeah.
I'm just saying, learn how to run with it.
Learn how to shut it.
She calls me out on fucking my bullshit for lying to you guys. That's what I fucking get.
I love calling you out.
Still can't use my fucking lighter.
Well, you know what? You can eat shit.
LB Sickning making another video from us, sickos. We out this motherfucker. Shout out to Cyrax.
Ugh.
Little Chancey Chance. Chancey Poo. Bad bugs.
really know who you are. I can't forgive, cause this time you've just gone too far. No going back, and you left me mentally scarred. Full sword on roots, all this pain is making me hard. No self-control, now I really know who you are. I can't forgive, cause this time you've just gone too far. No going back, now you left me mentally scarred. Full sword on roots, all this pain is making me hard. I'm looking out my window, pissed, I'm pulling out my pistol. Suicide, my liquid crystal thoughts of physical murder. Simple, put yourself right in the middle. Great molecules got a riddle. I can sizzle like bacon, I can be made with an egg. I have plenty of backbone, but I do not walk on legs. My eyes are full of secrets, I show men all that he knows. I snare and scare the devil every place that evil goes. This venom's right, I'll take your life. There's no way you can make this right. How you sleep yourself at night, I'm nauseated by her bites. How can I be so naive? You cut me deep, this pain won't leave. How can I be so naive? You cut me deep, this pain won't leave. SicKKo ENT.
I wouldn't want to work with nobody else for real.
I appreciate that.
If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for him pushing me, I probably would have gave up a long time ago for real.
Because right now it's the two of you.
Yes.
Now, and I'm told that you guys, you had your solo careers before this, and then you came together and make this happen.
Yeah.
Why do that? Why was the decision to come together?
Well, alright, I was like 11, maybe 12 years old, and when LB came out with his first mixtape, there was a song on there called Not Trying. But
how old are you now?
I'm 27 now.
Okay.
Alright, and
don't look like it. You look don't even look like a day over 18.
But I was one of the first people to come to LB and spit his song word for word. And then ever since then, it's like
no self-control, now I really know who you are. I can't forgive, cause this time you've just gone too far. No going back, and you left me mentally scarred. Full sword on roots, all this pain is making me hard. No self-control, now I really know who you are. I can't forgive, cause this time you've just gone too far. No going back, and you left me mentally scarred. Full sword on roots, all this pain is making me hard. No self-control, now I really know who you are. I can't forgive, cause this time you've just gone too far. No going back, yeah, you left me mentally scarred. Full sword on wounds, all this pain is making me hard. No self-control, now I really know who you are. I can't forgive, cause this time you've just gone too far. No going back, yeah, you left me mentally scarred. Full sword on wounds, all this pain is making me hard.
I look back on everything I've ever been through and how it couldn't knock me down. I've only got stronger from it.